We're live, pulling it off, part 3.
Pulling it off, part 3. Tell it like it is, Cameron.
Episode 3, Eric Keller, Cameron Schmidt.
Yeah.
This is the cast to listen to.
Yeah, we're 2 failures in. We've just got like 7 more to go.
The confidence, yeah.
No, you know.
But I'm having fun the farther we go, though.
I will never admit that I'm doing well. This could be great, and I'd just be like, no, it's shit.
Good point.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah.
No, I don't care how shit it is.
I'm also having a great time, yes.
Good.
Yeah.
I just want to bring positivity to at least 2 people.
Sure.
And if any more than that enjoy it too,
Yeah.
hey,
well,
we're doing well.
I've established right off the top, I'm not going to be one of the 2.
No!
Negative only.
That's fun.
No.
No, the only person that commented on it so far that I saw was Christopher Deegan.
CM Deegan.
And he made a comment about Leguizamo, which only further reinforces that we should just make this at least a 70% Leguizamo podcast. Which I would be all right with exploring his filmography, but I feel like we could get at least 10 episodes out of that. Now, you watched The Pest.
I did. I have seen it.
Tell me how you enjoyed The Pest.
I'm gonna give it.
First of all, give me a synopsis of The Pest.
Give you a synopsis of the
A quick synopsis.
And
For the listeners. For the listener, sorry.
an 11 out of 10 annoyance con man mistakenly gets captured to become part of a hunt, and if he happens to live for 24 hours, then a rich evil German man will pay him $50,000.
Yes.
How am I doing so far?
No, I think you got it, but...
Okay, wait. I got more. There's more to it.
So, the main character is Leguizamo.
Yeah.
He's the con man you spoke of.
Yeah. And the setup to the film as to why he might agree, because at some point he agreed to the hunt. It wasn't like, you're in this now. They took him and were like, sign this contract saying you're cool with it.
Oh, yeah. See, I haven't watched it in a while, so you have to refresh me on certain details in between the cracks here. So they trick him into it?
No.
They
try to fib to him at first, but he's like... He actually reads the contract, which of course they did not expect him to do. And
that's right.
He was like, "What the fuck is this?" Anyhow,
because they're just old rich white dudes.
Yeah,
and they're hunting one of every race.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the part that you glossed over the first time that I love.
Specifically, it's one dude. He also has a gay son and a helper, but the helper doesn't help him with the hunt. He just is like, he kidnapped Leguizamo. It's like his right-hand man.
Muscle?
It's his muscle.
Yes. Gotta have muscle.
I don't remember his name.
Bad guys gotta have muscle.
But he made a lot of funny laughs and faces throughout the movie.
The muscle?
Yeah.
I don't remember who it is, what actor it is, but...
It's totally unimportant. Anyway, the reason that Leguizamo, a.k.a. Pest Vargas.
Pestario
Vargas.
I think Pestario Vargas, yeah.
Okay.
Let's go with that.
Sure.
Sounds good.
The reason that he agrees to do it, even though it comes out that that's what's happening to him, is 2 things, really. But one is he happens to be 50 grand in debt to the Irish mob.
Oh, I forgot about that angle.
So
that's why he does it.
Yeah. Also, why
is he in debt to the Irish mob? See, there's so many funny cultural, cross sections in the movie. So the Irish mob wants, because he's from Puerto Rico. Yeah, we were right. Pestario Vargas.
Yeah.
Scottish mob.
Oh, Scottish mob. We're being corrected by our producer, Catherine. Sorry, Eric.
The difference here, let me justify something for myself real quick.
What's the difference between Irish and Scottish?
To me, actually nothing. I am one of those 2 genealogies.
And racist.
I use them interchangeably. Sometimes I'll be like, I'm Irish, and sometimes I'll be like, I'm Scottish.
Yeah.
It's unimportant. South and North is the difference between those 2 things, which is actually a big deal. But
kilt or no kilt? Or do they both wear kilts?
I think they both wear kilts.
Really? No, they can't.
You're
Scottish kilts.
Between the 2 of us?
No, I don't think Irish wear kilts. No way. Scottish only, I believe.
Okay. Cool.
Anyway, Scottish mob.
Like I said, they're in the South, so it's warmer there. They want to breathe.
Okay, you're right.
The difference between North and South, as far as like an evolutional.
I'll never
Metric?
disagree with a kilt as a clothing choice.
Sure.
Because it's the only time a man can wear a skirt and still be really badass. Like, you would never...
The only time?
I think so.
Have you ever seen many Hulk Hogan movies?
No, I have not ever seen many Hulk Hogan movies.
Well, there's actually many of them.
Has he worn a skirt? Wait, wasn't there one where he was babysitting
Mr.
kids?
Nanny or something like
Yeah.
that? Yeah.
Okay, he's like dressed like a fairy or something, like a ballerina in a pink tutu, basically.
But it's Hulk Hogan.
That rings a bell.
Yeah, sure.
An unfortunate bell.
You think?
For Hulk Hogan, yeah.
Oh, well, I'm sure he made it.
That was probably like a year or two after Mrs. Doubtfire, and they were like, who else can we make do like some stupid dude dressing like a... Hulk Hogan could do it. Didn't Stallone do one of those too?
Maybe. I don't know.
I'm just shooting in the dark now.
All right,
Let's get back to the Pest.
It might have been Arnold. Anyway.
So Pestario
Yeah.
needs money
He
for the
needs money.
Scottish mob.
For the Scottish mob. And then the huntsman basically gives him an out on this and says, if you live for 24 hours, I'll give you exactly the amount of money you need to cover the...
Perfect
Yeah.
cinematic amount of money. Yeah, I love
Right.
that.
But I do have to say, there are some memorable scenes that I think are funny. But I have to give it to Stinky Dinky.
Very good. Fans of the Pest will know that joke.
Yeah.
No,
that was for you.
It is what it is. But I appreciate, last time I watched it, I just remember being like, this is actually really funny racial comedy that they could not, make in the modern age, because people would get all up in arms about it, I'm sure.
Absolutely. No, for sure.
And it's just, that's good, like, hey, we're all weird, let's celebrate our weirdness and our differences and laugh at each other. Yeah, I love that one, because they make fun of everybody.
At one point, two people throw their hands in the sky in victory, and say, "Hello, Jews."
At more than one point. I love it.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I believe a Jewish writer and producer on that film.
Probably, yeah. Well,
But-
have you seen Pootie Tang? I mean, that was Louis C.K. It's just like, yeah, you're never... People who write movies, it's always surprising.
No, it's fine. It's great. But, yeah, no, the film, I mean, it was not good. It was not good.
No.
movie.
No, I would never claim it's a great film by
Okay.
any stretch. But I was just... It's this old style of comedy that you just can't redo today.
Yeah, that's true.
But John Leguizamo, I feel like, is always kind of like, I don't care. I don't care what people think. Like, he seems to not really care, which I enjoy.
Well, the way you achieve that illusion is stay private. Just don't.
Even in, like, interviews, he'll be on shows and podcasts, and he'll be like, ooh, this one actor, like, he's kind of a douchebag. Ooh, I don't know if I should say that. And he'll just keep saying stuff. It's like he'll just speak his mind. Like, no, this is what happened on set. This guy did this. And they'll be like, wow, you shouldn't probably be saying that stuff. Like, whatever. Like, he started stuff, I think, with Seagal. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I think that I like
He's cool. I like
that type of individual. A truth teller.
Yes.
They don't.
He's not just going to blow smoke up your ass.
Right.
But he will make a movie like The Pest. And it will make me laugh.
So he will blow smoke up your ass.
But yeah, Chris Deegan mentioned the Spawn cameo. We did mention that in the first episode, but I mean, I don't know if he's proud of that cameo. It's just a lot of CGI where he's a clown demon.
That's probably the first. No, I'm sorry. It was Mario Brothers.
First time you saw him?
The first time I saw him.
Yeah.
But that was the second time.
He had
I
a
seen
show.
Spawn.
He had a sketch show, like SNL style,
Really?
for probably like a season, if that.
Yeah.
I remember watching that. And I remember the only sketch and joke I remember was a service where you could go like a plastic surgeon, but you could have your entire body redone. And it was like starting from scratch and you just have no like face. And like the hardest thing to pick will be eyeballs. Like, yeah, because you don't have eyes yet. It's just stupid jokes like that.
No, that's great.
But yeah.
Interesting.
What else were we talking about? Oh, you wanted to have a new segment, Eric's consciousness.
All right, this is me being a fan of like psychology and thought in general, and kind of a hippie. Yeah, so it's gonna be just trippy. Yes, thank you for that. But okay,
Yep.
try to follow this line of logic,
I'll try.
and it's gonna be nonsense. But if you can follow it, it'll be cool.
Yes.
There's a stance I take where I'm never sure if, I don't really have an objective reality. I don't believe in a necessarily objective reality.
Okay.
There's no such thing as there can't be a thing that isn't viewed, and once it becomes viewed, it becomes subject reality.
Sure. Yeah, I understand that. Yep. I'm with you.
So regardless, if there is an objective reality, it doesn't matter. It honestly doesn't matter, because the only state that it can ever be in is speculative.
Yeah.
If somebody's experiencing it, or it's being written down to some degree,
Right.
that's a subjective reality.
Yes.
There has to be an experiencer that imposes their experience towards the story that is being told in the representation of reality.
Okay.
Does that track?
Yes, I think I'm with you so far.
So then,
It's like I can't experience your reality exactly the same, but we can still perceive relatively the same.
well, we can, because we experience it like people.
Yes.
We can do that. We can agree on like, oh yeah, this is the way things are, because we experience what is as people do.
Yes.
But if you were a frog, your reality would be drastically different.
Absolutely. I have a sweet long tongue. Sorry.
No, that was good.
It made me think. I just think of physical attributes right away, but yes.
Well,
I wouldn't be thinking of, yeah.
What I was talking about is basically, if that's true, which I'm not even sure that it is, but
No, you can't be sure.
right. But if that's true, then wouldn't each like-minded experiencing group have a greater weight in what is reality versus a smaller group? So per colony of ants, there's way more ants than there are people.
Okay.
So do ants actually have a greater weight on what constitutes reality because they have a maximum number of experiencers?
I see. Well, probably not, because they probably have like a level 1, and we probably have like a level 50.
That's the weighted game, I
Right.
guess. But I think we really only think that because we have the perception of us being atop.
So if you could convince a colony of ants to believe in Slender Man, he would exist, do you think? That's where I'm catching up with you so far.
No. Well, I don't know exactly.
Like if a large group changes reality, if they believe one thing, is that what you mean? Could possibly change reality?
Kind of, yeah. Yeah.
They do.
Yeah.
In fact.
Yeah. So whatever it is that all of experiencers experience, it's all the same thing. It's just that our nested values are different because of the biology that we manifest within it.
Yes.
So,
I mean, that's why I like watching nature shows, because I enjoy seeing how other animals operate vis-a-vis how they think and live their days, because I'm like, oh, I am a lazy piece of shit on top of the food chain.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually,
So it actually makes me want to do more, try a little harder. Sometimes.
well, okay. Listen, Sean gave me a strong argument against something
Okay.
that I was like held to be a true value, almost. Value's not the right word, but basically, I've always been like, if you look at the sum experience of like what most things have experienced, period and throughout time, where we are is so civilized and nice.
Oh, yeah. Oh my God. You want to talk about, yes. No, we mentioned that the other day, talking about like the Wild West. I was talking to Whitty about that. It was like, you had to be a bad guy. Kind of everybody had to be a little low-key bad guy because so many people were bad guys.
Yeah.
Like before you could just call the police or call your friends to like come over and help you. And you just had to be on a farm with like 20 miles between you and other people.
Yeah.
Or wherever you lived. Even in a settlement, like a town, you couldn't just call the cops. So you kind of had to be, even if you were a good person, you had to be
Right.
kind of a bad guy to everybody. And be packing.
Well, that's basically what the I don't know. Again, civilization allowed that to have. You don't have to be that way. It does.
Right.
I mean, and I guess you could say they didn't have to be that way, but the repercussion is something like you might die rapidly.
I mean, you probably wouldn't start off that way, but if you see your neighbor get messed around by something or somebody, and you're like, well, that's not happening to me.
Yeah.
Like, that's the only way it progresses, really.
Sure. Okay, so you're saying...
I'm saying...
The more innocence is lost, the more you're shown the true face of nature.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Yeah. And everybody that thinks, like, oh, if we just did X or Y plan for, like, civilization, everybody would get along and it'd be perfect. Like, that doesn't exist.
Right.
You have to plan for the worst. Hope for the best, plan for the worst.
The amount of... Yeah, I would say...
There's always going to be bad guys, unfortunately.
Yeah, if you were to ever build a utopia in which nobody ever broke the rules, like, first of all, the amount of bureaucracy and, like, that is an ant colony. And, in fact, people do break the rules in that, and it's considered, like, it's not, we don't consider it a mistake, like, they made a mistake. We are just like, what happened is that ant smelled the wrong pheromone. It walked in a circle, it led all the other ants to walk in a circle, and they just walked themselves into death because they couldn't break out of their pre-programmed nature.
Right.
So we're not like...
It's
hard to say an ant fucked up. Like, it's just doing what it's doing.
Right. But he did. No, ants are crazy. I mean... hive mind, like you said, I think we have that too as humans, to an extent, but not the same.
No, here's the problem: is it's kind of what I was trying to express last podcast when I was like, I think that world conquerors, like, it's all just a compulsion.
Yes.
Like, I don't really think you have really direct control over what you're doing, no matter what people think they're doing. Actually, your body is telling your brain things to think.
For sure.
Your brain isn't telling your body what to do. Your body is telling your brain what to do.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, I think humans do have a hive mind to a degree. There's like a collective unconscious or subconscious. I don't know what word fits there. But like how the mob mentality works, where the more people are involved, like the lowest common denominator, the crowd just brings the whole crowd down to a dumb level. All right, so what else do you want to do? Do you want to talk about dreams? Did you have any cool dreams lately? I had a few weird ones. Do you want to interpret my dreams?
Sure. I haven't had any.
Oh my God, I had like 12 last night, but I don't remember them all.
Okay, good.
So one of them, I was buying a new house.
Okay.
And then halfway through, like, I had already bought the house, and I was like looking around all the rooms. It was a big house, like the Addams Family house. And then one of the rooms, I was like hiding in the attic. I knew people were coming for me.
Oh.
So I was hiding in the attic, and I was wearing a mask that was like actually from the Russian band Slaughter to Prevail. These like skull masks they wear. Anyway, very specific mask. But then,
I'm sorry, pause for 1 second.
Yep.
I just want to.
Okay, we're back.
Okay, I'm sorry. What I wanted to do it was ask Cameron questions about that before he finished the dream.
Yes.
But I kind of want to hear the whole thing first.
Okay, so
I'm trying to take like mental notes.
That's fine.
I'm an idiot. You
That's
continue.
perfect.
You
So
continue.
I'm wearing this mask. I'm wearing a skull mask in the attic of this big house I just bought. And I know people are coming for me, and I wait in the attic. But then, coming up the stairs, comes our friend Joey Parks. I'm like, oh, it's Joey. And then when I watch him, he doesn't see me. I'm in the attic. He doesn't see me yet, but he could see me. I'm in his peripheral, but he doesn't see me. And he finds like a box in the attic, and that was what he was looking for. It wasn't me. I thought he was looking for me, but he gets this box, and then I like tap him on the shoulder, and he gets like spooked by me, and I'm like, it's just me, dude. And then we just go downstairs, and it's fine. But I had this such like suspense in the attic, like, oh no. But then it was like, oh, he's just looking for his box. It was fine. So,
Okay. So you're buying a house. Let me ask you a question.
Yep.
Have you considered getting a new house?
Oh yeah, I was looking at house prices and my house price, and yeah, oh yeah. So I was thinking, that was on my mind.
Yeah.
Now that you mentioned that, yes.
So
That's easy.
Pretty linear right there.
That one is, yeah.
So if you're then purchasing said house and you described it as an Addams Family house, let me ask you a
Big.
question.
Yeah.
Did you watch a lot of the Addams Family or Scooby-Doo?
Both.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I would imagine that's actually potentially your dreams representation of like the idyllic house. Because did you think those shows were fun?
Of course.
So was it a cool, fun, big
I would
house?
love a giant, dusty old wooden house.
Was it? How many paintings have eye holes missing?
Oh, almost 90% of them, Eric.
You voyeur.
I would love that. One of my favorite bits in Who Framed Roger Rabbit is when they're in that bar and Roger Rabbit is looking through the eye holes in the painting, and his toon eyes come through the eye holes and knock over a beer bottle.
Oh, this is actually one of the thoughts I want to talk to you about the Pest.
Perfect.
Okay, let me ask you. If we reframe the way that this was filmed to, would you take a bet that somebody would have to give you $50,000
Okay.
if they could not kill you in a 24-hour period,
Parameters of that?
but you are a toon?
Oh. I'm a toon?
Yes.
I can do a lot as a toon, my
No,
friend.
because what I'm saying is,
Unless he has dip.
essentially, that's how
How Pest
Pest
works.
was written. Pest was written as a cartoon character.
Yes.
So, would you take that bet?
24 hours?
24 hours.
And you just drop you in the middle of the woods with no weapons or anything, right?
Toon is your weapon. Yeah.
Toon is your weapon. Yeah, it's true. You can almost, because he reenacts like scenes from other movies in the woods, doesn't he? I feel like he does like a Predator reference or something. There's something like that, right?
It's actually very, kind of real racist, but hilarious. He prays to his ancestors.
His Puerto Rican ancestors.
He's like, I'm jungle people. Help me. And then
Amazing.
he goes through a very small metamorphosis, and then is like, the
Arnold
next scene.
Schwarzenegger.
The next scene you see is somebody gets what's this? Ankle trapped.
Yes.
And a log comes flying down and knocks them into a net that picks them up, which by the way is a Scooby-Doo gimmick.
A classic Scooby-Doo, where the net pulls you up. Whoop.
Yep.
Yeah.
But like a multi-trap mechanism
Oh.
that results in you being captured.
Shout out Rube Goldberg.
So that's...
Love those things.
Sorry. It's good. It's good.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's just one of those fun ones where definitely couldn't make it again. And I feel like, who else is in that? The one guy from Ferris Bueller? Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Who was a pedophile in real life, maybe?
Damn.
Or had child porn at least?
Damn. I don't. The hunter. Is that?
Was he the principal from Ferris Bueller?
Maybe.
Either way, I don't know. Doesn't matter. I'm trying to think of my other dreams. I had another dream where I was like on a boat. No, not on a boat. A plane. And I crashed the plane. Maybe I told you about this one already. Maybe I didn't.
I didn't. Okay.
But I crashed the plane in the ocean, which is one of my nightmares.
Mm-hmm.
But I could see, and there was another person with me. I don't remember who it was, but we could see an island in the distance, and it was far enough away where it was like going to be a good swim. But I was like, I could do this, and I just started swimming. Mm-hmm. And the majority of my dream was just me swimming.
Not bad. Hey,
I guess.
I'll tell you. So let me.
I was confident.
I'll tell you this.
Tell me.
That's extra cool because we both know you are anti-ocean, sea.
I am.
Types of things.
I am.
So not only were you in the zone of danger, you were confident and executing.
I was.
So that's a nice dream. Did you wake up feeling awesome?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But mainly because I was avoiding ocean death. Because that is my nightmare.
Yeah, no.
Drowning in salt water I apparently is very painful compared to drowning in fresh water. And
who can ask the dead these questions?
Exactly. But then the other thing is just I don't want to be eaten by sea things. I don't want to be attacked by sea creatures.
That's fair.
So I would just swim as hard as I could for if there was an island next to me, I'd be like, yes. If I crashed and there was nothing on the horizon, that's a nightmare. That's a nightmare. I've had that nightmare too, I'm sure. Where I'm just like,
isolation.
Nowhere to go.
No hope.
No hope.
No hope. Dude, one
that.
of the only lines that's ever stuck with me from Seinfeld is George Costanza.
Do you like Seinfeld?
I watched a lot of it as a kid.
Okay.
And I was like, my mom really liked it.
Okay.
And I was like, I don't really get it. Like, I don't see why it's... But
I don't really get it now.
But I remember I liked it anyway. Like, it was something for me to, like, learn how to get.
Okay, yeah.
So, I
mean, the laugh track, I don't know. It's a lot of weird things for me, but some people love it, who are my age or younger.
Yeah.
But I just don't. I didn't grow up watching it, and now if I ever watch it, I'm just like, yeah.
I'm like true neutral. If it's on, I'll definitely watch it.
I've enjoyed Curb Your Enthusiasm much more.
Well, I imagine because it's less.
There's no laugh track.
And it's less for the public.
For sure. Yeah, it's dark. It's darker.
Yeah. No, but George Costanza saying "Hope is killing me" is
that is funny. That's gonna be part of the intro.
Anytime.
I'll write it down.
Anytime I'm like, this seems hopeful, I'm also like, no.
Hope is important. I think.
Yeah, probably so. But
Parksy sent me a really depressing George Carlin quote the other day. It's like a paragraph long about like observing culture and making fun of it but not being part of it, and how hope meant nothing, and it was very depressing. I was like, I think there's a lot to be said for hope. I need hope.
Sure.
Or I wouldn't even get up in the morning.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
There's a reason it's an eternal concept.
Yeah.
We get that. We've
Well, in the Green Lantern comics, the blue lanterns are hope.
Yeah.
The green is willpower. And when blue...
Who's stronger?
So green is all around strong. Blue is not that strong, but if blue is in the proximity of green, it buffs green.
I see.
And green becomes super powered.
It becomes turquoise.
Willpower with hope, get the hell out of here. It's just a powerful combo.
Sure.
I don't know. Those comics are really fun. But
that's fun.
I always like blue lanterns.
I'm going to make this really silly for you. Here's how ruined my brain is because of League of Legends. And not ruined, actually, like, way smarter. Because it gives me a lexicon to understand, like, anything.
Yeah.
So when you talked about Green Lantern, Blue Lantern, and the dynamics of like a buffing carry partnership, I can I can understand a lot based on that.
Yes. Just referencing the team comp.
Yeah. The stronger your team comp,
The better you are. Yeah.
that's why actually anime is cool for that, because all they do is preach like cooperation.
Yes.
Better than
True.
like singularity. No.
True. Well, One Punch Man, it would beg to differ, I guess. Even though I've never actually watched that show.
Ooh, One Punch Man. Okay, first of all.
Do you ever watched it?
Oh yes.
Oh, you can tell me about it.
I always have liked the Superman character. I always have liked doesn't that like Alucard from Hellsing?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I was like, oh, he's just better than everyone. Off the bat, he started this journey. You know, he already finished this journey 100 times. Like,
right. It's lonely at the top, though.
All Might from My Hero, he did have a fall.
I don't know that one.
Okay. So anyway, there is this type of hero that is just the like, I am the solution to the problem. Basically,
No
the
matter
whole
what.
show is wait for me to get there.
Yes. I have the power for this problem, yeah.
So,
Which is why I kind of hate Superman. Not 100%, but you know what I mean.
yeah. But I enjoy that character a lot.
Okay.
Actually, I didn't like Goku, to be honest. Relative, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, One Punch Man.
Okay. Yeah. Back to One Punch Man.
Even if the storyline, it doesn't even matter at all. If you watch the anime for the animation, it's some very good. Like,
Okay.
The studio that works on that, thumbs up.
Yeah. Well, I enjoyed like what I did hear about it, where each of his adversaries is very metaphorical in some way.
Oh, I never looked into that. It's basically just it's a ripping action animation festival in front of your eyes.
So it's okay. Well, now I want to see it even more. Maybe it's awesome.
It's good.
No, I think it was Bill Burr who was
Bill
talking about it.
Yeah.
Who was saying how like each villain he fights is some kind of cool representation of like a human condition.
Well, that's
but you can read into art
sure
however you want
exactly.
to. Really, that's the cool part.
Bill, come talk to us about how you understand One Punch Man.
Yeah. Break down anime with Bill Burr.
That'd be incredible.
Oh, Billy Burr, I would love that. I would love for him to just riff on me and break down anime with me. That would be so fun. he loves a lot of nerdy shit that we like metal music and anime.
Yeah.
Redhead from Boston, made good. Hell yeah. What else, Eric?
There's a clip you should hear about Bill Burr roasting Kevin Hart real quick.
Oh, shit. All right, we'll listen to it. Do this. All right, I think we're recording again. I hope that burp wasn't on mic.
I hope it was.
All right, Eric, tell me
All right. I think
your ideas
okay.
for next time.
Yeah, for next time, the winding it down. Well, I have essentially none but one.
None but one. I like that.
Yeah. Is essentially, it's probably just, unless we were to agree on something right now, or like wanted to continue to discuss a particular thing, so we could like bookmark it and come back to it. So
We could.
I don't know if there's anything that you want to continue discussing like that, or likely next time will just be another type of like free flow. Let's figure out what to talk about.
For sure.
The same way we got to the Pest.
Yeah, either that or we're going to have one of our friends on the third mic somehow and just ask them questions. Because that could be fun too.
Sure.
I think it would be fun.
Yeah.
Just to come up with wacky, like, not just like, oh, where did you grow up? Not like that kind of question. I mean, like, trivia questions. I mean, would you rather? I mean, bullshit like that.
Right. Beautiful
Just
bullshit.
funny stuff.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Either way, we'll figure it out.
You know, I will turn that into... I'm going to quickly turn that into you asking the great bullshit questions, and I'm just going to be like, so when you were 9, who was your teacher?
You bought a hat.
Yeah. I'll turn it into bullshit journalism, and you'll be asking good questions.
No, I think we could work something out with that. That'd be fun. But either way, yeah, we'll do something like that, and we'll get more interesting. I promise, or less interesting, as Eric promises, right?
Yeah. So you've learned.
Yeah.
Young. What's the Sith Padawan?
Don't spring questions like that on me. I don't think there's. I think they're both just apprentices or Padawan. I don't know. I would say apprentice.
All right, Chris Deegan, tell me.
Christopher Deegan was shouted out a lot in this episode. All credit to CMD, one Deeg, the man. All right, this is nonsense. We have company over. Eric, I will talk to you later.
Yeah.
All right,
Wrapping it up.
pulling it off.